basically, the idea today is I'm going to go around outside because I'm bored of being quarantined and being in the house and stuff, and my friend actually lives with me, so we're actually allowed to leave the house. Plan is, I'm going to leave the house, I'm going to go out and record a bunch of different sounds that I could potentially use in the music, and I'm going to make a track just for this video. That's basically what music producers are doing now, so let's go do that. First things first, I need a hat. Which hat do we pick today? I'm going to go with this one. So, as you can see, load. Great. Welcome to the quarantine song. Right, shoes. Awesome. Let's go. And I'm out. Finally out to record. Right. So I've recorded a couple of sounds. I recorded a snapping of this twig.
You shut the fuck up, I'm trying to record a thing.
I've recorded a couple of bird sounds, some general ambience. General ambience.
Huh?
General ambience. And I think the tempo of the song is going to be 92. So, I've recorded some sounds, which I hope will sound good. We've recorded a little bit of like a montagey bit for the end, just so it looks nice with the music. And let's just hope it all turns out good. Right, so I'm back home now. I've got quite a couple of good recordings, I think. I'm going to go onto the computer now and try and edit them to make them sound good, make them sound into a track. I've also recorded a can. Let's go. This is taking a long time. Basically what I'm doing is I'm going through all of the clips that I've recorded. So I've recorded some claps, some snaps of like twigs and stuff, some stomps, outside and inside. I've got some shakers going, I'm going to record some more. So I'm going to put them into my editing software, cut them all up, then put them into FL Studio. And once they're in FL Studio, I'm going to split them up again so that they're not all one clip. I'm going to separate them so I can use them as just samples of individual bits that I've recorded. So I'm going to be here all day. I've gone through the sounds and cut them up. I've got them onto FL Studio now. Just got to cut through them again just to put them into their own samples. But these are the sounds I've got. So I've got a chain, got a lighter, got a shaker type sound, but it's quite muffled, but it works with the genre that I'm going for. I've got kicks, a couple claps, got me sipping a drink. You've got some stomp kicks that I recorded from outside. I've got some ambience and birds. Sticks snapping, which I can use for some snares or some rim shots. Some of it sounds a little bit like crunchy, but it sounds really nice. So and we've got opening a can. So all I've got to do now is go through, cut these down, and then we'll start on the track. Oh my god! So I've cut them all down, I've edited them so that they're their own sample. Hopefully, they all sound fine. To me, they sound fine. They sound like they would suit Lofi really well. So, the only thing to do now is to make the track. So let's get started on that, and then I can be done. Right, it's now about 20 to 9. It's been about 4 hours, and I've come up with something quite pretty and chilled out. It's not finished yet. I'm going to finish it, and then I'm going to do the montage bit. But before the montage, I'll go through everything that I did and whatnot. So this is the track. This is what we've got. It's quite short. I don't want to put the whole thing into this video. I'll release the full thing on my SoundCloud. So yeah, I'll go through what I've done. So in this big colossal pile of crap here is the drums. First thing we have here is the can sound. We've got the chain. And then this is a whole stack of snares that I put all together. So we've got the first one, second one, third one, fourth. And then all together it gives a nice solid snap, which is quite nice. The first kick, I've had to layer 2 kicks just to give it more punch and a little bit more background. Which is a lot more softer than the other one, so together it sounds like. And then you've got the simple shaker, which is just made from me actually just like scratching my jumper. And then we've got the lighter. Hi-hats are actually made out of one of the claps. So this clap. In result, you get this. And then you've got some extra claps underneath. And we've also got the stick snapping, which is a nice... It kind of sounds like a wind-up toy, in a way. So, altogether, the actual beat sounds like this. Which is nice. It's got a nice groove to it, you know. Simple. All I did at the beginning here was reverse. So I took everything from the normal bass loop over here and just exported it and reversed it just to give it a nice pre-build up. And I just cut the low end. I just cut the low end and some of the high end just to give it a nice lo-fi feel, and then compressed it obviously. Effects chain for all of these is quite insane, to be honest. So for the kick, we've got I've EQ'd it, I put an effect on it just to soften it up, put a filter on it, compressed it, then same with all the snares are basically the same process of just EQing it, taking some of the low end, giving a little bit more punch to the mid section, and that's pretty much the same for all of them, which is nice. And then everything else has just been EQ'd and compressed. One of the main parts of this is the electric piano, which I've used, which is just a free thing in FL Studio, which is just this one here. And I thought it sounded nice at first. Originally I did use a Rhodes, but I felt like I've used that way too much, so I decided to use the electric one, and I got a nice thing out of it, and I think it sounds very pretty. I tried to automate it as much as possible just to make it sound a little bit more natural, and I used the the strum tool. And then what I did with that is I took all of the high-end bits, so these ones here, I took those out and exported it and reversed it just to give a nice beginning. And that's just got some EQing on it, some reverb, a little bit of a soft clipper, some compression, and then more multi-band compression just to give it more oomph. Gotta have the sub bass, you know, it's pretty simple. So this sound here is actually me sipping a drink, and what I did was use Edison in FL Studio to give a blur effect. You can just blur stuff, so it kind of sounds like reverb, but it's a little bit more bright and vibrant. And you get a really nice swoosh. This is just the normal chords from up here, but I've blurred them just like I did with the sipping thing. So without all of the effects on it, it just sounds quite basic and So in total, this sounds like this. Which is nice. I've got the birds ambience here just to give it more flavour. Just as background noise to fill in some of the frequencies. And then we've got the main sound. Well, one of the main sounds, which has got a arse ton of effects on it. We've got the blood overdrive delay, reverb, EQ, dimension expander, and without all the effects and stuff, it still sounds okay, but it's just a bit quiet and a bit plain. It's just a sine wave. I used Wasp because anyone that knows me is that I love Wasp because it's just so simple and easy to use. And then with all the effects on, it sounds very pretty. So yeah, that's pretty much all I did. I just automated a couple of things like the volume over here and up here, panned it, but yeah, I'm happy with how it's turned out. I think it's quite nice, quite a chilled out vibe. I'm very happy with how the samples turned out. Samples turned out a lot better than I was expecting. It's been a while since I've actually recorded my own sounds, and it was very windy in the recordings. Could have been a lot better if I had actual recording equipment, but I don't. I just had to use my phone, so this is what came out of it. So without further ado, I shall get on with the montage. Here we go.